Hello everyone and Happy New Year! Hell, Happy New Decade! Can you believe it? We're in 2020 already. God, it's actually incredible to think that just a little over 4 months ago I started this channel and now I'm currently sitting on what, 1700, 1800 views by now? As you can tell, I don't quite know yet because I'm still filming back in 2019, so don't know what my views will be by this time in 2020. But forget that. Of course, I'm here now. Anyway, so what are we talking about today? Well, today I've got a bit of a mix of nostalgia, a sort of review, and, well, a couple of announcements to make, because it's a new year, it's a new decade, and, well, there's a plan for the channel. So I'll talk about that bit in a bit. But for now, we are talking about the i7 4790K by Intel. Yes, the Devil's Canyon chip from 2014. A quad-core processor with 8 lovely threads. Overclocks like a dream with it being part of the K series, and not to mention, it's the chip that I run this channel on. So, let's get into it. So, what's the current state of the channel then? Well, when I say state of the channel, I more mean state of my PC. Well, currently I'm running, like I said, an i7 4790K, as well as a gorgeous NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1080 by MSI. Yes, I do love the design. And it's been running pretty damn well. Those are the main two things that really work my channel, and the 4790K has been doing a marvellous job. It has for, well, months now. But it does have a few niggling little issues, especially when it comes to editing 4K footage. See, 4K footage, it usually takes up an absolute ton of space, and due to the way that my editing workload goes, if I'm doing 2160 at 60 frames per second, well, let's put it this way, I have to go ahead and process the video twice, which isn't exactly ideal. I'd rather just do it once. But the problem with doing it twice is, first off, I end up originally with a file that can be anywhere between 120 and nearly 600 gigabytes, which I then have to transcode to make it into an MP4 file for you guys to watch. And that can take a long time. Hell, one of them took something like 16 hours to go ahead and process. I'll let you guess which video that was. So that's not ideal. It's really not ideal, and I'd like to cut down that time. So I'll be doing things over the next few months that will hopefully help improve that, cut down that time so I'm not waiting hours and hours. And, well, that'll be fine. As the GTX 1080, well, that's here to stay for a much longer time, I'm afraid. So currently the i7 4790K in my system is running at 4.6 GHz overclock. That's all cores, no single core. That is 4.6 on all cores. I'm planning, hopefully in the next month or so, to get it up to 4.8 because I'm planning to delid the CPU. And for those of you that don't know, delidding is where you see a Intel chip or whatever. So you've got the green silicon and you've got that metal thing on the top. That's the IHS, the integrated heat spreader. What we're going to basically be doing is taking that off, removing the thermal gunk between that and the actual chip itself, with something a lot better. So, following that, it should hopefully give us an extra couple of degrees of headroom to work with, and I might be able to push it to 4.8 or even 5 GHz. Not sure yet, but we will find out. But also, on the side of that, I might be planning an upgrade. I'm kind of excited about it, but I'll mention it in a bit. So yes, we've currently got a 4.6 GHz overclocked 4790K that's running with 32 gigs of RAM that are also overclocked. Yes, I overclocked my memory, I know. Now, pretty much everything in my system is overclocked, and for good reason. Not just because of actually I like performance. I want it to be like a hot rod racing down the street as fast as it can. I also want it to actually do its job as fast as it can. Because at the end of the day, like I said, 16 hours processing, it takes way too long. Way too long. So, gonna be cutting down on that. Gonna be doing things to go ahead and take measures to avoid that in the future. Hopefully get more videos out for you guys. And, well, do more of the channel. Okay, so I've been talking about it for long enough about, well, how it is, how fast it is. But time to actually get into some performance benchmarks. So, at this section whilst I'm talking, I'll go ahead and tell you how it feels, but also I'll be running a load of benchmark graphics in the background. starting with a lot of synthetic loads such as Cinebench, as well as some 3D applications, because it does make a small difference. As well as, hopefully towards the end, there should also be a quick handbrake demonstration, if I can say it right, which will go ahead and show you how quickly it can transcode one to the other. Probably be 1080p or 4K. I'll leave the details in the video once I'm doing it. But yeah, so how does it actually feel? Well, when I'm editing 1080p footage and stuff like that, so a lot of my gaming videos, that's a lot easier. You know, it's not a worry about, you know, is that going to look quite right in the finished product, because it's fast enough for it to quickly render that without too much issue. 4K footage though, it's a bit of a different kettle of fish. Like, yeah, I can play it back, it's just the amount of dropped frames makes it a bit difficult to. So really, if I want to play it back, I have to watch it frame by frame to make sure everything looks even. That takes a lot of time, and that's the reason I want to alleviate that by making it run faster, you know. Other things that I do a lot, you know, transcoding and coding in the first place, taking my edited footage and turning it into a video. It does pretty well. It's the fastest CPU that I've got at the moment. It wipes the floor with the CPU that's in this little machine, but it's still not as fast as I'd like. You know, for example, for every minute of 1080p footage, it'll take 2 minutes for it to go ahead and render. So if I do, let's say, a 10-minute video, it'll take 20 minutes to render. Yeah. Stuff like that. It's like, yeah, it's good, but it could be a little bit better. So that's what I'm aiming for, a little bit better. If I can even cut down, say, 2 minutes per video, so I do 2 1080p videos every week. Yeah, that's my 2 gaming ones. So that's at least 4 minutes. And if I can cut down the amount of time that it's taken for 4K, well, it should really scale pretty well. So that's another 10 minutes that I could go ahead and put into something else. And over the course of a month, 2 months, 3 months, that starts to really add up. You know, hours that I can do somewhere else. So in that respect, it's pretty damn good. Gaming. Look, there are many people out there who say you need the most current chip for gaming and that lot, and I would say, yeah, most times. Yeah, you're right. But I can honestly say that it's an absolute dream. It's most of the time below 50 degrees on the core. You know, on core 1, core 2, core 3, the amount of times where I was saying it's like 44, 43, 42 degrees whilst playing a AAA title. It's like, yeah. But yeah, gaming, it just wipes the floor. It's fast enough to quite easily do the job. It's got more than enough thermal headroom for it to never really be an issue. And hey, it looks damn good doing it. But yeah, so it should be finishing up the benchmarks now. Hopefully you got any information that you wanted. I mean, I've been doing this for long enough, I can't fit the amount that I picked out for a space of about 4 minutes. Well, then that's my fault. Anyway, moving on to the next bit. So, the future. What have we really got planned for this main horse of the channel? Well, one, like I've already mentioned, it's being delidded. I'm going to take off the IHS, I'm going to go ahead and remove all the gunk underneath, change it out for nice liquid metal so I can get a few extra degrees, you know, replace the pretty bad thermal interface material that Intel decided to put on at the factory. So that'll be running a lot cooler. I'm probably going to be running it with liquid metal on top as well, just to remove any possible, you know, interruptions to, you know, transferring heat away from it from point A to point B, which is the entire room, you know. Because I do air cooling, I like air cooling, it's easy. So yeah, that's the main plan. Make it run cooler. Once it's running cooler, make it run even faster. So that'll be fun. I'm saying that with sort of brackets because it draws a bit of power. Like when it's fresh out of the factory, it'll draw at most about 90 watts. At most of the time. Maybe a bit more using the inbuilt graphics, but generally speaking, about 90 watts. Currently it pulls 120, and my best projections is probably going to be pulling something like 150 by the time that I'm done putting in my little upgrades. So it's going to be running faster, it's going to be running, well, hotter but cooler, if you know what I mean. And well, hopefully it should go ahead and speed up my workloads on the channel, you know, help me get videos out faster, make sure you guys have more stuff to watch and stuff, you know, good stuff. But, you know, I will let you know. I'll keep you all up to date, make sure that you know what's going on. And, yeah. In fact, the next couple of videos, let's check. Yes, the next couple of videos are actually somewhat related, so you might even get a sneak peek into, well, not next week's video, but the week after next week's, mid-next week's video. Yeah, I worded that correctly. So, guess I better get on to the, well, tail end of this video. Okay, so we're fine towards the end of the video, so I guess it's time for me to go ahead and drop the bomb, so to speak. Well, the truth of the matter is, I'm going to be upgrading next year. Well, this year. Over the next year, there we go. But yeah, I'm going to be upgrading, and I'm not going to be upgrading to Intel. Now, you'd asked me this about 8 months ago. I would have planned to upgrade to the 9900K. That was the thing I was going for. It seemed like the best choice for me. But in that time, AMD has wiped the floor with Intel. Which means, I'm a little bit sorry to admit this, but I'm going to be jumping ship. I'm not going to be staying with Intel next year. Hopefully, by the end of next year, I'll be sitting on AMD's X570 platform with the Ryzen 9 3950X. That is the plan. It's got 16 cores, it's got 32 threads, it should cut down my workloads to a fraction of what they're currently sitting at. But it does mean that I'm going to be jumping ship. Intel, I'm sorry, but when you gotta go ahead and jump, you gotta jump. And for me, the best choice right now is AMD. You know, it's faster, it's cheaper for, per core. I know the 3950X isn't cheap by any means. I mean, it's currently like, what, 810, 750 pounds, something like that. It's not cheap, but the same rule, it is good value for money. You're paying out that money, but you're getting a good deal on it in return. So as a plan, I'm going to be upgrading to the 3950X for next year. I should hopefully also be sitting back on 32 gigs or even 64 gigs of RAM. I haven't quite decided, because I'll be moving to DDR4 as well. And yeah, a bit interesting, and some of you might be shocked, some of you might not. I don't know. But yeah, that is the plan for next year. So, probably go ahead and close up this video now. A couple of B-roll footage for that. You know, showing off this wonderful little chip. And, well, I mean, you have to look at it. It's gorgeous. You know, there are things that this has done for me. I appreciate it. Every last little bit of it, I appreciate it. But anyway, well, I guess it's time to go ahead and close this video. So, like the video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it. I would say, if you want what was featured, look in the description, but most of the stuff is second hand, so you ain't going to find it in the description. Any thoughts or questions, leave them in the form of a comment below. Don't forget to check out my Facebook and Twitch page for more news about what is upcoming with me, the 117th Con. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay tuned with all the latest, well, reviews, tech, gaming, and news from me, the 117th Con. And as I've probably said way too many times already, this is the 117th Con, signing off. Have a good day, folks, and let's have a good year. Hell, let's have a good decade.